performer. He's originally from Baltimore, but he lives in Orange County. Maybe some people here know him. The very funny Steve Guentner. Yeah, here he is.
Yeah, give it up for Jim Rockefeller. Yeah, ooh, that's a serious mic stand. This is quite interesting because I told all my friends that I was going to be second up, so I can imagine their surprise when Cappuccino came up here. I mean, I haven't seen Steve in a while, but boy, he's really changed. My name is Steve Guentner, and I'm a 64-year-old nerd. Thank you very much. Yeah. Do you like my shirt? Yeah. Thank you. Got it at Goodwill for $5. Yeah, I think that's where I saw that plant. Oh, you like the glasses? Oh, thank you, ma'am. That does it for you, huh? Oh my gosh, I'm getting the love over here. All right. So would you, okay, so this is a tester for you guys. Are you sapiosexuals? Anybody know what that means? Sapiosexual, it's a real thing. It's on the dating websites. It means you're turned on by intellectual people. So yeah, I'm feeling it right here. I live in Irvine now, came all the way up tonight, and I'm actually pretty happy because I only had to stop 5 times to go to the bathroom. So yeah. Last year they had a commercial on TV for Cialis. They said not only is Cialis good for ED, erectile dysfunction, it's also good for frequent urination problems. So I said, well, I'll give it a try. Well, it didn't work, and now I have another problem. Anytime I'm using a public urinal, I have to stand way back. Well, not way back, just a foot. Is that too much? Too much detail? Plastics, everybody's worried about plastics in the environment, right? You know, we voted against plastic bags last year, and then come January, what do we got? Bigger, badder plastic bags. There's a wonder why people don't vote anymore, Shirley. You vote against something and you get it back. So I really didn't care much about the whole plastics problem until I saw the story about the big pile that's floating around in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. You heard about that pile of trash? Yeah. For me, that was the last straw. Thank you very much. All right. Yes, sirree. So I was in a sandwich shop yesterday down in Anaheim called Tummy Stuffers. Anybody ever heard of this place? It's a chain. Yeah, a few people? Okay, good. So you go in there, and on their board it says 101 sandwiches. So I walked up to the lady. I said, do you have gluten-free bread? And she said, no. And I said, well, here's a tip for you. If you had gluten-free bread, you could put 202 sandwiches up there. Do the math. Okay, that's a new joke. Soon to be an old joke. Oh, yes, so there's that. Then I'm pretty good with smartphones, as you can imagine. I know a lot about smartphones. In fact, I've discovered a way to extend the battery life of your smartphone. You want to know what it is? Yeah, buy a watch. It'll help a lot. And then there's this. I can't do everything that some people can do with smartphones. This actually happened. I'm standing in a restroom in a urinal one day, and the guy next to me is doing this. And I looked at him and said, man, I can never do that. And he said, what, text and pee at the same time? And I said, no, hold myself with just one hand. Thank you very much. So anyway, yeah, so I had a tough childhood. My family never went on any family vacations. The whole week, my sisters and I would sit around while my dad and my mom sat on the couch, and my dad would say, so what do you want to do? And my mom would say, I don't know, what do you want to do? I had a lot of trouble getting dates when I was single. I didn't understand girls. I just didn't. It turns out girls like guys with money. I didn't know. So here's a tip for you single guys. Never use a coupon on a first date. Okay? Take it from me. Girls like guys that are tough. So I had a tattoo put on my back. It's the entire periodic table. That hurt a lot. The other day I stretched, created 3 more elements. That groan's as good as a laugh. I'd take them all. And girls like guys that are strong and buff, so I joined a gym. I had a trainer. He said, well, how flexible are you? And I said, Henry, I can't do Tuesdays. So that's how flexible I am. I finally met this one girl. She said, how about, would you like to go all the way? And I said, well, how far are we talking? San Diego? Because I got a big math test tomorrow. Then she explained what she really meant. And I'm like, okay, I'm interested. Well, what do we do? And she says, well, do you have any protection? I said, well, I got this. So now my pocket protector smells kind of funny. Oh. Oh, that's terrible. I finally got a date with a girl. I went over to her apartment to pick her up, and she invited me in, and we spent the whole night in her apartment. But we weren't doing what you would think. We spent the whole night sitting on her couch, and I said to her, so what do you want to do? She said, I don't know, what do you want to do? So I knew I had my girl. So we've been married 31 years. Ah, thank you very much. Yes, sir. When we got married, the sex was awesome. We were doing it like once a month. I was so happy. But after 31 years, you know, things just changed. So I finally had to make a deal with my wife. I do all the chores around the house now, and I can have anything I want in the bedroom. And this has really worked out well for me, because so far I have a big screen TV and a refrigerator full of beer. So I'm happy. Oh, yes. I did make my wife sign a prenup, though, because just in case we got divorced, I didn't want to lose half my coupons. So there's that. But as try as we might, we couldn't, for some reason, she wasn't getting pregnant. We tried to have kids, and we went to a fertility clinic, and the doctor says, well, maybe you should try doing it more than once a month. So we tried that, but it didn't work. So finally we went back, and he took my sperm and her egg, and he put it under the microscope, and he said, I think I see your problem. So he invited me over. I looked in the microscope, and absolutely, believe it or not, I actually saw my sperm say to her egg, so what do you want to do? True story. Okay. So before I go, I just want to share one more thing with you. I knew I had a problem with self-esteem, so I joined NA, Nerds Anonymous. It's a thing. And I learned a lot of things that I should really be proud of. Oh, damn it. You like this shirt? You know, it's kind of hot in here. Do you mind if I take this shirt off? $4 at Goodwill. I remembered, Mike. Yes, sirree, Bob. You can be cool and fashionable at Goodwill. Okay, so one thing I learned at Nerds Anonymous, besides being fashionable, I can be hip too, and I'm going to prove it right now with my rapping nerd, and we're going to give this a shot with some actual music. My name's Steve, and I'm a rapping nerd, and I can spell any word in the English language and Spanish too. And I know every definition too. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. Now I know everything, believe it or not, from math to science to the meaning of pot. But you won't catch me taking pot or pills. For me, taking aspirin gives me thrills. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. The girls and I were just a waste. It might have been my strange sexual taste. When I asked a girl to come to my crib, I meant the real thing, including diapers and bib. So the next time you see a guy like me wearing funny glasses doing harmony, you can be sure of at least one thing. He's the rapping nerd. Thank you very much. My name is Steve Guentner.
Are you keeping score? She's got the list of comedians.